Hey, what's up guys, it's Banu here from Android.com. Today let's talk about fragmentation on Android devices and how that should affect your smartphone buying decision. If you guys are new to my channel, smash that subscribe button right now. Let's get started with today's video. The fragmentation story starts with Google having so many partners for different devices. So now if you take for an example the iPhone, Apple makes a couple of devices a year, let's say 3 or 4 devices in 2020, and all of those models are fully controlled by Apple. The software that goes into that or the hardware that goes into it, and they have a very limited amount of devices every year, so they have full control over it, and they can make sure that the developers also cater into the exact ecosystem and give the users a good experience. But when it comes to the Android side of things with Google, they have so many partners with Samsung, Huawei, Oppo, OnePlus, and so many other brands, even so many emerging brands that make so many Android devices. So if I just ask you how many Android phones are being released today, what would be your answer? Is it 100? Is it 200? Is it 500? Is it 1000? Is it 2000? Or is it 5000? We never really know, because when we consider the fact that the companies like Samsung keeps pushing out different little iterations with the M series, S series, A series, and also companies like Huawei putting out various devices with different regional names and different model numbers. So it's going to be scattered all over the place. So this is why fragmentation is going to be one of the key decision makers when it comes to picking up a new smartphone. It has been for a while, but fans of Android have never really cared. They have always gone ahead and picked up an Android phone because they love the ecosystem and they love the customizability and the flexibility that you get in that operating system. But right now, I think Google really should focus on the fragmentation issue, because they, other than just trying to push out the security patches, which we didn't get beforehand at all, now at least we get that. I don't think Google really has done enough to solve the fragmentation issue that is affecting most of the current smartphones. So now let me tell you a story. So if you want to pick up a smartphone, let's say if your budget is less than 50,000 rupees, if you want to pick up a mid-range smartphone, you really have to think twice before you pick a manufacturer, because you have to think about the track record of the manufacturer, whether they will actually keep that device up to date or whether they will make sure that you get the latest update. Now with Google releasing Android 11 and showing off all the awesome features of it, even if you buy one of the latest Android smartphones, you really have to think when you will actually get the Android 11 update onto your device, especially if you use a smartphone from a manufacturer that has a heavy skin like Samsung. So on the other hand, we have companies like OnePlus that have a very light skin, and they are also taking part in the beta program with Android, so they can easily push out the updates much faster. But however, if you really want the fastest updates, then the best way to go is picking up one of the Pixel devices. But with the Pixel, there are many more compromises that I've spoken about, like I spoke about in my Pixel 4 review here in my channel. In case you guys didn't check out that video, you can check it out. I have a link for that down below in the description, as well as a card right here. So the Pixel 4, in my opinion, wasn't really a groundbreaking device, and in short, spoiler alert, it's not a good phone. I personally didn't like it. So I'm really looking forward to the day Google will put out their more superior version of a smartphone. And I really can't wait to see the day that Google will be able to solve this fragmentation issue and come up with a solution for this. Now, if you take the iPhone for an example, even the 2020 cheapest iPhone that you can get, the iPhone SE 2020, that device just launched this year. And the best part is, even though it's not the flagship smartphone, you can, when you're buying the device, you will be guaranteed that you can get at least another 3 or 4 OS updates directly from Apple. But when you pick up a mid-range smartphone, like especially when it comes to Android, will you get that guarantee? Do you get that guarantee? When it comes to the lower end of things, you rarely see updates popping in. However, in the mid-range, you sometimes see one, or if you're really lucky, 2 updates at the most. But other than that, you really have to depend on the developer community, and you have to take matters into your own hand if you want to get the latest updates. So that's something to think about, and that's something that Google really should work on. Even though this has been discussed so many times, I don't think we are at a point where we can be satisfied. I think we really have to raise our voice on this fragmentation issue and try to figure out a way how we can get a unified ecosystem on our devices. Now I would like to hear your opinion about this fragmentation issue. Go ahead and drop a comment down below and let me know what you guys think. And definitely go ahead and tweet this video at Google. Definitely this is something they should work on in the future moving forward, because especially in markets like Sri Lanka, when we consider the amount of smartphones that we have available, we really have to be thinking twice before we actually go ahead and pick up a smartphone, mainly because of this fragmentation issue. And it's one of the most serious things that Google really needs to find a solution for moving forward. Because now, even if you take for an example apps like Instagram, WhatsApp, and even other third-party applications, not all devices will be supported, mainly because of this fragmentation issue, because there are so many devices across the board that are getting released. So none of these companies can keep updating their apps for each and every one of these devices. There are going to be so many resolutions, there are going to be so many specs. Different devices are going to be having different specs, so to match that is going to be very difficult. That's why we see inconsistency when it comes to the camera performance, especially with apps like Instagram on Android and iOS. Most people prefer the Instagram app on iPhone or Android, mainly because of this. So Google really needs to work on this, and hopefully we'll be able to see a solution for this very soon. Well guys, with that we come to the end of this video. If you thought this video was insightful, definitely go ahead and share this video with your friends. And if you're not following me on social media, you can definitely do so. I am at $100. All the links are given down below in the description. And if you are new to my channel, go ahead and check out my other tech videos here on YouTube at youtube.com/$100. And you can stay tuned to all the latest tech news at $100.com. I'll have links for all of those down below in the description. So with all of that being said, until I see you guys in my next video, this is Banu signing out.